At Trattoria Firenze, the exclusive London Italian eatery beloved by the Beckhams and other A-listers, there's a new menu item causing a stir, but it's not on the table. Instead, it's on a private online forum, where diners are now being reviewed just as rigorously as the handmade pasta. The mastermind behind this radical shift, none other than Enzo Marino, the charismatic and notoriously no-nonsense restaurateur who has served everyone from royalty to rock stars. For years, Enzo has catered to the elite with grace, but after enduring one too many entitled customers, he's decided to fight back by banning problematic diners and giving them the one-star treatment. And he's not alone. With social media weaponizing customer complaints and Yelp reviews often being used as blackmail, a growing number of high-end restaurants are taking a stand. In a shocking turn of events, the power dynamic is shifting. The customer is no longer always right. How one night changed everything. Enzo has been in the business for over 30 years, but it was one particular incident that pushed him over the edge. It was a Thursday night, packed as usual. Enzo recalls sipping an espresso in his private office above the restaurant. A table of 6 comes in, polished, well-dressed, like they belong in Mayfair. But within minutes, I knew we had trouble. The trouble came in the form of a woman Enzo diplomatically refers to as Madame Entitlement. From the moment she sat down, she complained. The table wasn't to her liking. The lighting was too harsh. The menu, apparently, didn't cater to her obscure dietary needs, despite the kitchen offering to accommodate. We bent over backwards, says Enzo. We always do, but nothing was good enough. She sent back a bottle of wine after drinking half of it, claimed the truffle pasta wasn't truffly enough, insisted on speaking to the chef, twice. Then came the moment that cemented her fate. She demanded a 50% discount because the vibe wasn't what she expected. Said she was a food influencer with a massive following and would leave a scathing review if we didn't comply. Enzo leans back, smirking. So I gave her something better, a 1-star review, from us. The birth of the reverse review system. That night, Enzo and his staff created a private database, a diner dossier, as they jokingly called it. Any guests who were particularly rude, unreasonable, or disruptive were noted, with details of their behavior. If someone was especially terrible, they landed on a ban list. At first, it was just an internal log, used to ensure repeat offenders weren't given priority bookings. But soon, word spread among London's most exclusive dining circles. Other restaurant owners loved the idea. Chefs who had spent years being bullied by Yelp threats and fake negative reviews were eager to join the movement. Thus, the reverse review system was born. Now when guests call for a reservation at Trattoria Firenze, their name is quietly checked against the list. If they've been flagged as problematic, no table. If they're an absolute nightmare, a polite but firm, we're fully booked. For those who are merely questionable, they might get a less than ideal seating arrangement, a subtle but unmistakable nudge that their past antics were noticed. We still want to provide a great experience, Enzo clarifies. But we are not here to be bullied. I thought I was a VIP, until I got banned. Not everyone is pleased with Enzo's new approach. Some of London's self-proclaimed foodies have been shocked to find themselves locked out of their favorite haunt. One such individual, who prefers to be called Lydia, tells me she was humiliated when she tried to book a table for a high-profile client and was told there were no available reservations. Minutes later, her assistant called from another number and was immediately offered a spot. I was livid, Lydia admits. I spend thousands at restaurants like this. Who do they think they are? When she pressed further, an apologetic but firm hostess informed her that Trattoria Firenze reserves the right to curate its guest experience. In other words, you're not welcome here anymore. Lydia took to social media, ranting about restaurants getting too big for their boots. But the backlash she expected never came. Instead, Dozens of people commented, asking what she had done to get banned. Some even cheered the restaurant for taking a stand. It's embarrassing, she says now. I guess this is the new reality. A growing trend among high-end restaurants. Enzo isn't alone in his crusade against entitled diners. A wave of elite establishments in London, New York, and Paris are following suit. The Criterion Club, a members-only restaurant in Mayfair, has implemented a blacklist for patrons who no-show without cancelling.